Hello and welcome to the Luxury Lounge. That's right. Every Thursday we head in the lounge, we shut the door, and we air our grievances with the world. And there's no grievance that's too big or too small or too frivolous. It is your problem, and it shall be heard. And listen, if you want to be a part of the Luxury Lounge, all you got to do, send in your emails to JTrainPodcast@gmail.com, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. If you're watching on YouTube, we love the YouTube people. Keep watching on YouTube. Keep commenting. Give a little like. Play with the YouTube. Touch it. Feel it. Stroke it. That's a good thing. That's very helpful. This is the thing. You know, I had someone on the street the other day. Someone came up to me. They go, JTrain, how do I pay you back for this wonderful content that you put out? And I'm like, just touch the stuff. Touch the stuff. Play with the like button, the comments, the share. Yeah, there's levels to these things. A share's like, there's a $100 bill. A like, here's $1. You know, and I hate to put these in these terms like I have a guitar case out on the street, but that is kind of what's going on the internet, and I would love for you to play with the stuff, like, share. It tickles my nuts every time you put it as your Instagram story or like it on TikTok. You know, we're multimedia here. I got Shelby, the Jeffrey Bezos of podcasting here, putting out stuff with me left and right. He's got videos, we got YouTubes, we got TikToks, we got podcasts. It's all there for you to listen and enjoy and laugh and take your brain and put it on the shelf. Very excited for today's guest. Before our guest, actually, this is coming out on April 27th. I'm coming to Europe. That's right. The European tour. I'm putting on my beret. I'm putting on that striped shirt. I'm getting my baguette, putting it in my bag, sticking out on my bike. I'm coming. Dublin, Belfast, London. I added a 4th show in London. That's right. 4th show. That's like, you know, that sounds douchey in itself. I like saying it. It feels good to say. Yeah, I've added a 4th show in London, bitch. We should make that into a gif of some sort. 4th show in London, bitch. Yeah, it feels good. I'm thank you, Brits. I didn't even know you were there. I had no idea. Shelby, do you know we were international? We didn't know. We taped this in an apartment. We taped this out of a garbage can. We don't even, and people in London. We should do this. We should all get on that. You're right, Shelby. Shelby said we should do this in London. We should get it on my private jet, the JTrain, the J Jet. I don't know why we don't do this. Why don't we just? We could do a podcast on the jet leading into the podcast from London. These are all in the future. That's why I'm asking you to like and share, because that leads to the jet that we don't have, the hypothetical jet. Or we go on your jet. You know, you're the Jeff Bezos of podcasts. You know, okay. I digress. We added a 4th show in London. So if you know someone in that area, let them know. Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Berlin, Oslo. And then I'm doing the U Up Live show. Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, D.C. Then I'm doing more stand-up. Kansas City, Nashville, Lexington, Kentucky. I can't ever say Lexington, Kentucky. Just so many. Say it. It's at the back of your mouth. You know, these are podcaster things, maybe. Charlotte, North Carolina. I've gotten a lot of feedback from Charlotte. I think those are going to sell out, but that's way out. Fall 2023. So, very excited for today's guest. He has been on the JTrain podcast before, but a first-timer in the lounge. Justin Silver, thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I'm a fop.
A fop.
Of the JTrain,
yes,
but a first time here.
Friend of the pod.
Buddy, you forgot the ascot.
An ascot would be great.
An ascot and maybe a monocle and a pipe.
I think I'd look great.
Europe,
right.
Classy.
Do you think on the flight to Dublin, because that's my first flight, is Dublin. I go straight to Dublin.
Get wasted.
You got to get wasted.
Right. You got to show up like in character.
Ascot, monocle, pipe, cane, just full Mr.
Right.
Peanut.
You got to look like the Monopoly guy.
Yeah, got to go full Monopoly.
I'm here to take over.
Top hat.
I'm here to rule.
Right. I'm here to really, like, what if I showed up on the flight, 3-piece suit? It's like that, like, material that looks European, where it's like
Tweedy
JTrain.
Yeah.
You're right. Tweedy's the perfect word. Happy you're here to bring that word to the table. Everyone's got to go follow Justin Silver at I Am Justin Silver. He has his own podcast called The Himbos.
Yeah. Me and Josh Adam Myers, fun one.
So the idea is we are two good looking dudes, male bimbos.
Yeah, but it's body, mind, soul, philosophy, fashion, this is hard. Fashion, fitness, grooming, science. So it's all like the self-help shit that we all do, and you like as you like interview comics, you realize like how himbo and bimbo-esque everybody is. You're like, oh, Big J like spends 45 minutes cleaning his asshole. Things like that.
That's so funny that you and Josh Adam Myers look like the two guys. I'd be like, what do I do about this?
That you'd ask that
like,
too?
I would ask himbo questions. I'd be like, what should I wear a chain? Should I wear a bracelet?
Right.
Should I wear one of those bracelets that even out your chakra, so to speak?
If you're losing your hair a little bit, we do complete science segments where we show you like the science of regrowing your hair.
You guys have, I would say you both have, you're like the new Fonz. You guys are like an updated Fonzarelli. I would say both of you, because like, listen, there are phylums to comedy where it's like, where are you going? What's the show you're going to see? Like, you guys are in good-looking stud, like, approachable at a bar. Like, I feel like I don't know if I think some people think I have that look. I think my look is dependent on the viewer.
But we've all got elements of that. That's the whole point.
Right.
Like, you find out, like, who do you think the biggest ones of these people are? It's like Emma Willman, Big J Ogre. It's the people you wouldn't suspect who just like they're little.
I was like, Emma.
They're neurosis. Yeah, man, they're a little neurosis over self-care. We're like, come on, tell us about it. Tell us.
What are you doing on a daily basis?
What are you doing?
Get ready?
Like, how long does it take?
Interesting.
You get a bad
Emma
haircut. Do you go back to the place and have it redone? Like little things like that.
That is something I would never do. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm a sneaky slob. Like, you wouldn't expect me to be as slobbish as I am, I think.
But there's the things that like your hair is immaculate. You take care of yourself.
The hair, I go get. So I try to be up on these things. A big thing I do on the road is I get manicures and pedicures.
So there you go.
Everywhere I go.
And then we score where you are with all these questions.
So this is like a part of the podcast. So the Hippos podcast, you would score like,
we give you
where
your
does
score.
manicure go on the list?
Right. So far, you'd have to really fuck this up now. At this point, you'd have to be like that. But I'm letting like my back teeth rot out. Like you're doing really well.
It's funny because I have this like I'm a yin and a yang type of guy. So like I the more you bring this up, the more I think of like the things I do. There'll be times where I'm on it and there's times where I'm not on it. And I think a lot of it has to do with also alcohol intake.
Yes.
If I'm on a alcohol intake week, everything's gone. I look like shit. It's gone. It's over. If I'm like getting it together, it's workout at 9 a.m. It's back wax. It's going tanning.
You back wax?
Back wax,
and
yes.
You tan?
I've gone tanning. It's been a minute since I've gone tanning.
So
but I go
some
tanning.
of the questions are like, how have you ever gone tanning?
Yes.
Sun or bed?
Both.
Okay.
Both. The bed, of course.
What color underwear are you wearing right now?
I am wearing, I'm actually wearing camo.
Would you ever wear a white pair?
Probably not.
Okay, you're doing fantastic, my friend.
Right, why a white pair is no good.
Yeah, a white pair is no good. You get all these things naturally.
This is interesting because I'm an underwear snob. We have MeUndies that have sponsored this podcast.
Yes.
MeUndies are a big part of this show. Love MeUndies. I've also delved into Lululemon underwear. Which,
buddy,
that's like $50 a pair. Like it's like crazy.
Yes, this right now you're scoring off the charts with us.
Manicures, pedicures. I'll get the massage afterwards. I've gone back wax. I go back wax probably. I have an unlimited pass because of how well I did the reads.
An unlimited pass of back
I don't know if they're
waxing.
going to
Shelby?
take it. At some point, they're going to take that away.
Of these.
This is one of those things that, like, because on the You Up podcast, they sponsored European Wax Center, which is the best. Like, they didn't need to sponsor for me to be like, they're the best. Like, I've gone back waxing, like, in the back of a nail salon and been like, oof, like, this is a horrible experience. European Wax, without them paying, they're the best. And then they heard me talk about it, like, from a male opinion.
And they just gave
and they were like, they could tell I was a fan. They're like, we got you set up.
Yeah, you're their spokes guy.
And so I give like a $50 tip every time.
So you're the spokesperson for a European back waxing facility. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess I score high more than most.
But that's what you think. You don't realize how high people score.
But then you look at this studio, like this place is a mess. This doesn't look like a guy who goes back waxing once a month.
But here's the point. You pick your spots. It's where you pick those spots. Can I give you one quick one?
Please.
God tells you you're going to lose your hair.
Okay.
But you can keep it if he could take away the pinky toe on one of your feet. Yes or no?
Get rid of that toe.
Gone. The pinky toe on both feet.
Gone.
The pinky toe on both feet, and then the second toe on one foot.
Gone. You could take every toe.
There we go. So
I
now,
would be toeless
you see what I'm saying?
before my hair is gone.
You and I, we're
right.
We're the same type of
that's
guy,
a type
Jared.
of vanity. So
there
that's a type of vanity. But like, I don't even know how much that would affect my life.
You see what I'm saying? You're like, I don't even know.
But I don't care.
But you know how much your hair would affect your life. You see what I'm saying? You're like, I don't know.
I love this.
Your first thought wasn't like, my balance. What if I want to go do this?
What if I can't play soccer again? No, I don't give a fuck.
You were just like, no.
How'd you lose your toe? No, I made a deal with God.
You didn't even pause when you answered
No pause.
Yeah, you're going through the roof. We're going to have you on when we're in Moon Tower,
I'm already
buddy.
a fan. I'm already a fan. Everyone go listen to the Himbos podcast. Josh Adam Myers, who's been on this show, I'm pretty positive of that.
Yeah.
Justin Silvers, both hilarious comics. Justin is in the new show High Fidelity that's on Hulu. You can watch it right now. At I am Justin Silver. Go follow.
Thank you.
We're ready to do some complaining.
Yeah, dude. Listen. First of all, happy Pesach. The 3 Jews are back.
I know.
So we're always ready to complain.
Listen, I'm missing Passover because I have to like tape shit, and I'm upset. I like a good Passover complaint, but because it's like, you know, that is like, I think back to my childhood of like, you ever have to sit through the Seder?
Yeah, and and the bullshit of my family, like, none of you know what you're saying. We don't do this outside of
the phonetic version. We're reading. Yeah, we don't know what the book's open the wrong
if Elijah comes in, I'm like, if anyone knocked on this door right now, you'd throw a fit.
Right.
What are you doing? You're interrupting. You're like, you're not letting some strange spirit come sit down.
That's very inside baseball. If you're Jewish, you're loving the Elijah talk. Now listen, let's get to the complaints. Shelby, hit the music.
Jared, he has some problems. Jared, he's got some issues to do. Get off.
Now I'm getting this picture off my phone right now as the intro music plays because I want to show you what I dealt with this past week.
A lot of issues. Jared has
song is awesome.
Thank you.
With
Neil Brennan's favorite music song
that we can discuss. Can you relate to the problem now?
Okay, here's my problem. The discrepancy that we have in this country. You travel a lot, I travel a lot. The crazy here's my issue. When words mean different things in different places. Same word, different thing. This happens in relationships a lot. Casual to you or I, we think of two different things. When you're in a casual relationship with a woman, you have an idea of what casual is to you. She might have a totally different idea of casual. I think this is where a lot of our issues stem from.
Interpretive meanings.
Interpretive meaning, same word, different meaning. This past weekend, I was in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which I'll say this about Oklahoma City. It is a beautifully built town. It looks like it's ready for a party. I actually think it looks like it's ready to be the next Bachelorette destination.
You know this well.
Do you know this place?
No, but I know you know this well.
Oh, I know. I know that world well. You've been to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but not so much around the city. Like the club, like just hotel, and then whatever we were doing.
See, I was in Bricktown. The club was very good, great, fun time. And Bricktown, like they say, no one goes. There's no one there. It looks like someone set up this beautiful house party and no one showed up. Like it's like
a movie set almost.
Right, it's almost like a movie set.
Yeah.
And at night it gets full and like the bars are popping a little bit, but it was definitely a different world for me. So when I go on the road, I get egg white omelets. I'm always on the lookout for an egg white omelet because I want to like
very himbo-esque quality. Continue.
Listen, my order at a breakfast place is horrific. Like I'm like if they want number one, that ain't happening over here. There's a lot of extracurriculars going on. Egg white omelet, mushroom, onion, peppers, tomato, spinach, no cheese. Side of bacon, well done.
Got it.
That's the order. So if they go toast, if I'm feeling it, wheat toast, dry. I want to be able to make the healthy-ish sandwich. I'm trying to get off to a good start on the road because I know that the road just brings variables left and right.
Right.
If you're going to be hungry and you're going to make bad decisions. So I'm looking to make a good decision in the morning.
Right. You need to be proteined up, veggied up, ready for action.
Right. I'll also get an iced coffee.
Sure.
What I've learned, iced coffee means different things in different parts of the country.
I know where you're going with this.
This is the iced coffee that showed up in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
It's a milkshake.
If that is an iced coffee, I mean, we are speaking two different languages. I'll have an iced coffee, please. To me, when you say iced coffee, please, that's a black coffee with ice.
And a side of whatever milk you're going to put in it.
Well, then I guess there would be follow-up questions. To me, this iced coffee came with many questions.
This iced
the one
coffee,
I'm showing, and Shelby, we're going to put it on the screen. The iced coffee that I'm showing, that is not just iced coffee. That is, I'd like cream and a whipped cream topping. Those are add-ons. That is not just iced coffee.
It should come with an insulin shot. This is how much sugar is in this thing.
This is an iced coffee. I'm showing you. Blackstone. They don't sponsor. I love Blackstone. If you're on Hudson Street in the West Village, great coffee, great people. I love the people who work there. This place, iced coffee, and then they go, do you want any cream or sugar? And you go, I'll have one sweet and low. I'm a one sweet and low guy. I'm like a grandma from Boca.
You really are. You're like my dad. That was my dad's thing. Just one sweet. You don't even take the new stuff. You're like, give me the old cancer shit.
It's give me the disease.
Yeah.
Because sweet and low is high octane. Splenda don't got.
Right.
It's not as sweet. It's not sweet enough. I'll go equal. Here is the ranking.
Sweet and
low. Equal. Splenda. Stevia. The brown sugar is like down.
That's nothing.
It does nothing.
It would have to turn to mud for you to taste any sweetness.
It is horrible.
Simple syrup's up there, but that's just sugar. We're talking about artificial.
And when they do the simple syrup thing, I look at that and I'm like, what am I? What am I on 600-pound life? Like, to me, that looks like a giving up, even though it isn't. I don't know. Just the phrase simple syrup.
Simple syrup.
Simple syrup makes me think it's so bad for me.
It's just sugar with water in it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, when you order an iced coffee, how do you say to yourself, this is what an iced coffee is?
Did you send it?
And listen, I'm not saying they're a bad person who brought it. I'm saying we speak two different versions of the same language.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Did you send it back?
I didn't, actually. Because I was so convinced that we were two different
species
of people that I was like, there's no explaining this. Like, it came to the table. I wish there was hidden camera footage of my reaction of it landing on the table. It would be as if you are the father. Like, I would react in the same way to that information as I did to this version of a iced coffee.
Did you drink it?
No. That's like drinking that's like signing up for a day on the toilet. Like, to me, this is literally like, there's nothing I could.
The biggest offense on it, can I say?
Yeah.
Not even, you'd say automatically the whipped cream on top.
Yeah.
Was whatever milk is already in there, the assumption. Like, what if you have like a whole milk allergy,
well, this is where
almond milk. You see what I'm saying? This is just like an automatic. It's the milk in.
I posted this on TikTok, and it kind of took off a little bit.
Did it?
And I mentioned Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I know you come across very little Jewish people. And they go, the grammarians come in, little. You mean few?
Few?
And you're like, okay. You knew what I was fucking saying. You must be fun at a party. Can you imagine you're at a party with someone, you're like, there's very little Jewish people, and they go, it's a few.
Few Jewish people.
And I'd be like, oh, okay. Nice to meet you. And I would turn my back to them right away.
And you Kanye 2023.
Right. That would be my next thing. Yes, of course. I go, you can tell there's no Jewish people here. And it's not that it's just they've never dealt with the level of complaining, the level of articulation that comes with like older Jewish women, especially. Like the idea of like, I'll have an iced coffee, no milk, no creamer, on the side, sweet and low. Do you have sweet and low? Like those conversations to me are normal.
So
and I
normal.
think here in Oklahoma City, I don't think they deal. Like, I lived on the Upper East Side. when I lived on the Upper East Side with my younger brother, we shared an apartment. The doormen were unbelievable.
Great.
Professional, and also like, but you could tell they had been through decades of Jewish women.
Right.
You know, they've dealt with every complaint. My things were already 10 steps ahead of me.
Right. They're basically like Navy SEALs of dealing with kvetching.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
And then I moved to Harlem, and I was in a brand new building. So there was a brand new staff that worked at the building. They were not they hadn't gone through the SEALs training of kvetching.
Right.
So I was like already at level 20 with the Upper East Side people, and then I'm like, I was like, you don't know these things are like,
yeah.
You know, the road was paved by Gladys and Blanche and Rose and Dorothy.
Barbara,
Justin Silver, you ready?
Yeah.
Hit the music.
It's the guest's turn to complain.
it's my turn.
They're
whole song.
ready
Can I do
to
that?
jump in.
We don't. I mean, what do you think?
They've got lots of
time to waste
problems too. It ain't all
all
about
about
Jared. Let's hear their complaint of the day.
Okay, so
Let's
God says he's
hear
gonna take
their
an ear away from you.
complaint
I'm gonna
of
wait.
the day.
I'm gonna have you on us.
They're
I can't wait.
invited
So we can ask you to go
on
back.
the
You're
show
doing basic. I love the
to
premise
have some
of the show.
fun and
Are you garbage for
complain
Yeah,
fit
with
people?
you.
I knew right away. And
Let's
I said to
hear
Are You
that
Garbage when I
complaint.
went on their show, I go, this is a fantastic idea. And then I feel a lot of pride in that they're doing so well.
Yeah.
Because I was on like their third episode. I go, I get it. Great show. This is a perfect podcast. It's
Right.
going to find its audience. I love it. I'm saying the same thing to you. I love
Thank you,
himbos.
dude.
I love the idea.
Dude, Jared, thank you. That means
I-
I really want you to do Moon Tower with us.
I'm in.
Awesome.
I'm in. So we're taping this prior to Moon Tower. If you're in Austin, Texas, I'm sure we had a great time together.
We had a great time.
Let's hear your complaint.
On the way, so listen, I didn't have one until I don't live that far from you.
Yeah.
Right? I live maybe 10 blocks away. I was like, I'll walk, but then I'm like, you know what? I'll go early. I'll
Right.
get a cup of coffee. I'll walk up the block. So I hail a cab because I try to support the yellow cabs because they got
Okay.
fucked.
Well, you're a New York City guy.
A New York City guy.
You grew up here.
Grew up here.
So it has to be something of a nostalgic thing where you see or it must be sad to see the yellow cabs kind of like go the way of the dodo bird a little bit.
It's not that I loved them so much because the yellow
Right.
cab was always like, this is like, you don't know what you're getting. You're like,
No, you've had
It's-
your trials and trips.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
You've had
But-
a lifetime with them. Though.
But it's always been just walk on the curb and go like this. You're going to get
Right.
what you want. And then the Ubers, it's like, oh, it's raining a little bit. Let's fuck everybody over and track up the price. You're like, come on, man.
Right.
So,
well,
and
yeah,
also,
this is the problem with sidling up to the tech people.
Tech.
This is the tech people where, we're your friend, but they're going to
right.
take you right up the fucking ass with prices.
Right.
The minute it rains, you go, well, I guess I'm already signed up for this. This is where they make their money.
And
yeah.
and to be a humanitarian about it, how many of those yellow cab drivers, like, they got fucked. A lot of them have families here, families in other countries. Like, that's what
Right.
they relied on. So I try to take them if I can. Right? So I hailed the cab. He was nice enough to wait because he's across the street and he can't cross over. So I get in and I go, blah, 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 beep. I'm not going to give your address.
Sure,
Blah,
you
blah,
get-
blah,
yeah,
beep
I'll go
street.
here.
And he goes, blah, 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 boop street. And he's on the phone. And you could hear it's a lawyer on the phone. And I go,
yeah.
no. I go, hang on. Just wait for your call. Blah, 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 beep street. He goes, blah, 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 beep street. I go, you got that. Not boop street. He goes, yes.
Right.
So then he's driving. And then we're driving way past where Beep Street is.
Right.
And then we show up. We make sure. I go, buddy, where are you going? He goes, I take you to Boop Street. I go,
Right.
no. I said Beep Street. He goes, no, you say Boop Street. I go, no, you repeated it back to me. Why don't you just get off the phone for a second?
Right.
So, gets off, and I go, I have to get over there because now I'm going to be late.
Right.
So I have to get over there. So I go, he goes, okay, well, you pay, and then I start meter over. I go, no, I'm not,
Right.
we're not doing that. Like, I'll pay you for this, and I'll tip you over, but you got to get me over there.
Right.
Right? So he turns the meter off, right? And I'm going to pay the thing, right? And this is already annoying, but I, like, forgive the guy. Like,
Right.
we're all, like, hectic. So it's like, all right, how many mistakes have I made? He didn't do that.
And also, this is what happens in the yellow cabs. There's a deal being cut. I'll turn off the meter. I'll take you over there. Like, this is the
And then you
type
tip
of,
nice.
Well, this is the type of thing that doesn't happen in the Uber. The Uber is, Johnny Tech, We've taken away all charisma.
Right.
We've taken away all interpersonal. It actually makes me. This complaint makes me hate Uber more.
Right.
And makes me hate tech people more because I like this. What's going on?
I like
with
the
you.
schmooze. The schmooze.
I like the. I'll turn it off. I got you here. You got me there. I'll get you on the tip. All of these things are being eradicated.
Right.
And
now you're dealing with fucking RoboCop in the Uber or the Lyft.
Right. RoboCop doesn't give a fuck about your smile.
No.
You're the way about you, your thank yous. This is why tipping culture's gone the way it's gone, because this is why they turn over the thing, 30% tip.
Right.
We've gotten rid of the need for, again, a himbo world, I got the smile and the look and the hey man, no, get off the phone. I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to you, and I'm going to make it nice. But like, let's have I'm going to give you the respect,
because I now like this cabbie. Yeah.
Right. So then I'm like, just drive. So then we make the turn, and he's driving, and you could see he's like nervous that like I'm not going to do the right thing, which I'm going to do the right thing.
Right.
I'm going to do the right thing.
And I would say that they're nervous now. In 10 years ago, that guy goes, "We're on the same level." I think now technology has made it so it's like we don't trust anybody. Because maybe they don't know the charisma act, to do here.
But this is an old school New York guy.
Right.
Pakistani guy,
yeah.
but it's the same thing. Everybody.
Right.
That's why they say like everyone's like racism in New York. There isn't any because we're all like New Yorkers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're all like, no matter what we are, we still know how to do this.
You both know the same iced coffee.
We know this. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I'm like, buddy.
Iced coffee is a metaphor for life. Yeah.
So then he's like, stops the cab. He's like, you didn't put money through. I go, it's at the point where it's like tap your card.
Right.
Now, sometimes when you tap your card, it like does it again. I go, buddy, I'm doing the thing. Just like you can keep going. And he goes, and he stops. He goes, no, you have to pay. I go, buddy, I'm going to pay you.
Right.
I'm like, you don't have to worry, but I have to get there. Like right now, the priority is getting me to Beep Street.
Right.
So I can go hang out on JTrain with Jared and Shelby.
Right.
So then he stops the car and he goes, he's explaining. Now it's when it got to me. Now he's like explaining how the kiosk, how the thing works. What is it called? The tap? The kiosk?
Yeah.
What is it?
The
pay?
Tap to pay.
He's explaining how it works to me, where it has to beep and then it beeps up here. I go, dude, this is not my first day on earth.
Right.
I know how this works. You have to get me to my destination.
Yeah.
And then when this goes through, I understand I have to do it again. And then the arguing goes again. I go, you know what? Just don't worry about it. Well, I tip him, I get out, and I just walk the rest of the way. And I'm like, now I'm taking the Uber home.
Right. It's sad.
Annoying,
well,
right?
But this is what Uber has done to all of us.
What's it done?
To me, this
Make
is
it clear.
such this story is why the cabs are going away, because the cabs are trying to catch up to Uber. So now they're done with cash. So they're like, we got to go to Tap World. So now you're halfway between the two.
And I'll give you cash, which is like the tip is always bigger on the cash because I'm not carrying singles.
Yeah, you're just gonna go like this. But
it's 3 years to 5.
But this is the thing. We want Uber, and then we get that. We get comfortable with it. Then you get in a cab. You go, I don't want to pull out my fucking wallet. I want to be able to tap. I don't want to have to. Now I don't. Even the tap is too much. But the tap is the cabbies moving towards Uber because they realize we're not going to live if we don't move a little towards them.
Right.
But now you're in a world that's not cabbie world. So now you're half doing it. You're splitting the atom. And I don't want to be half married. I want to either be in the Uber with no talking, done. Again, we're giving up the charisma.
You put my music on, put this. Right.
We are giving up the ideal of, I'll drive you there. Just make sure you take care of me on the other end.
Just make me a sandwich. Make extra cheese on it.
Right.
Just do that.
It is, to me, this is like we are at a nexus point. We're losing out this humanity thing because you're in the human experience. Hey, bring me here. Yeah.
You fucked up? That's all right. Come on, I got you. Let's go,
now,
Bubba.
Because they try to do a half human, half tech version,
right?
You are now going home in the Uber because you're like, fuck it, I tried.
He's a cyborg. He's half human. What is it? Is a cyborg half human, half?
I think that's got to be right.
Cyborg,
Minotaur. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Here with Justin Silver at I am Justin Silver. Go follow Himbo's podcast. What day does it come out?
It comes out every Monday. We got a big YouTube channel. There's Patreon. There's all the stuff.
It's all waiting for you. That's the beauty of like people who come on this show. Like all the stuff
all
is
the
there.
stuff's there.
waiting for you to enjoy. Like that's we talk about these tech people, and I've become somewhat conspiratorial with these things. This conversation is not this exact one, but I've brought this up before, the idea that we're losing charisma in the world.
Yeah.
And it's like, we know that there are darker reasons for the Uber being so cheap, and now it's jacked up the price when it's raining out. There's no darker reason here. This is a pure. I just want you to laugh enough that you come to my show and buy a ticket.
That's it. That's
An
it. And we give it to you for
exchange of
free.
goods for services.
It's free. We give it to you free.
So go follow the Himbo podcast at I Am Justin Silver. Eating healthy this spring has never been easier. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well, with dinners that work for your lifestyle. No more wandering aimlessly through the grocery store or scanning through boring cooking blogs to find what to make for dinner. Green Chef boxes ship straight to your door with everything you need to create mouth-watering recipes like almond-crusted barramundi and enchilada-spiced turkey bowls. Here's what I gotta say. I love what Green Chef is doing because it's really hard to shop for 1 or 2 people at a grocery store. You never know how much to buy. So they're going to take care of that. They're going to portion it right. And when you portion it right, you're eating healthier, and they have creative options. So they do keto, vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean, gluten-free. Or if you want something protein-packed, Green Chef makes sticking to your goals easy with farm fresh ingredients and seasonal organic produce. Your health is in great hands. And I'm going to stick, the creative part is big, because if you want to be healthy, you go grilled chicken, salmon, broccoli, rice, brown rice, whole wheat toast. No. They're going to have great stuff that is new and inventive and the right portions. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh. I love switching between the brands, and now my listeners can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. Go to greenchef.com/JTrain60 and use code JTrain60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/JTrain60 and use code JTrain60 for 60% off and free shipping. You take a pre-workout before the gym. Why not take one before sex? Joy Mode Sexual Performance Booster is a supplement designed to spice things up naturally. No heart problems, side effects, or problematic erections here. Just a natural and science-backed enhancement product just for men. It contains clinically supported doses of arginine nitrate, L-citrulline, Panax, ginseng, and vitamin C. Basically a sexy cocktail to get things going. Here's what I'll say. I think this is such a fun thing. The fun factor works in here. You and your partner, you get together, you pour them a little of the Joy Mode, and then you watch them get a little revved up. I love this. And you simply tear open a packet and mix it with 6 to 8 ounces of water. It puts everyone in the mindset. I think this is a holistic thing as well as something great to pair with your sexual night and endeavors. It's like drinking a Gatorade that goes straight to your dick. Joy Mode was created by best-in-class scientists and PhD biochemists, so you're in great hands. For best results, take Joy Mode anywhere from 45 minutes to 4 hours before sexual activity. Want to spice things up in the bedroom and boost your sexual performance and do it naturally without nasty prescription drugs? We have a special offer for the JTrain audience. Go to usejoymode.com/JTrain or enter JTrain at checkout for 20% off your first order. That's usejoymode.com/JTrain for 20% off your first order. Let's go to the emails. Ready?
I can't wait. Yeah.
Luxury Lounge. In-law poo-poo pee-pee.
In-law poo-poo pee-pee.
I love that title. Poo-poo pee-pee will brighten my day.
This guy wrote that.
Yeah.
This person.
Jared, I will start by saying that I hit the lottery when it comes to my parents-in-law. Ooh. Okay. They're fun. We have several interests in common. They're always willing to babysit my 2 daughters to allow my wife and I to go on dates. That's an A parents-in-law.
They like him.
Seems like it. My only gripe relates to the bathroom whenever they come over to our house. They appear to be firm believers in if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. I'm sure there's some deep-seated frugality to blame, hearkening back to times when finances were tight. But come on, I'm more than happy to spend the 0.02 cents it costs to flush the toilet rather than having their urine marinate in a bowl all day. I also can't complain about this to my wife as she gets defensive about her parents in light of all that they do for us. Thanks for providing a safe space where I can air this grievance. What do you think, Justin Silver?
I'm curious to know how many bathrooms are in the house, first of all.
Right. Because then for you to have to see it. But that's the problem, too, because now it's your third bathroom. It's the guest bathroom, and you walk in, whoa! If you don't use it a lot, it's bad because the pee's festering and it's creating it gets worse.
And it's older people urine is
bad urine.
There's a lot of medications being passed through here. There's maybe
older people urine is like closer on the spectrum to asparagus urine,
battery
just
acid.
at zero. Because they're waking up, they're having pills, and then those pills affect your urine, and then it's going to be smellier. Yeah, it's a worse urine.
They don't like to hydrate as much. It's like, I'll have a cup of coffee. They don't.
There's two things in this email that annoy me.
Two
things. When people, I have never thought, and maybe because I am a homeowner, but I'm not, maybe it's because apartments, you don't really think of this thing. The connection of flush to cost is annoying to me. This person, the idea that he wrote, 2 cents a flush, there are people out there that do live their life. I don't think he lives his life that way.
There's people like that.
Right. Where they connect everything to the cost of doing it. And it's like, what a depressing person to be around.
There is a documentary series about people like that.
Really?
Cheapskates. Cheapskates? How do you say cheapskate?
Yeah, so that's like so I guess that's like one of those like, weird, I eat the couch cushions. Like being cheap is a disease.
Yeah, but it's like, the family who it's like her friends come over, they don't use toilet paper, they use rags and then they wash them because they're like, this is how expensive this thing.
Right. And here's the thing. The person who says I use rags instead of toilet paper, you are sick. You are out of your mind. And the problem is when it's connected to money, you're always in this moral high ground. So it's like, so I'm annoyed for this guy. The idea like, you flush the toilet, it costs 2 cents a flush.
Right.
You're wasting all this money. And you go, you have to literally put on your top hat, put on your monocle, get your cane, and look at your ascot, and you got to look at your parents-in-law and go, fuck it. I don't give a shit about the 2 cents. You have to sound like Johnny Rich Kid, Richie Rich, who doesn't care. Oh yeah, we're just flushing money down the toilet, literally. You and they have put you in the position of Richie Rich when you're not really doing a rich thing. Flushing the toilet is totally fucking normal. They're the crazy ones, and because they've connected it to the money, they kind of take themselves out of the crazy game, which bothers me.
Yeah.
It's
now you're like no. I have this. My frugality is superior to my neurosis here.
Right. They're hiding behind frugality to not be put into an insane asylum. Here's the other thing that annoys me about this email.
That annoyed me too. I didn't realize it.
Right. This is the point of this podcast. We want to.
I didn't realize you said it.
Gnaw on the bone of their complaints.
The sinew.
We're right down into the sinew. Here's the other thing, and I want him to make sure his wife listens to this episode. His wife needs to understand that we can both love her parents and make fun of things they do.
Yeah.
She needs to stop connecting. If I went to my wife and I was like, can you believe they didn't fucking flush the toilet? And she was like, they babysit for us. Like, I both things can be true. You are crazy for not flushing the toilet. You are also the best parents-in-law I could ever ask for. When you opt out of that complaint, I talk to you less. We connect less.
Sure.
We are not a couple. We're not a team. Can we as a team agree? I think this could be an issue for the relationship, and she needs to understand this. Can we as a team separate our emotional love for our parents?
We love mom and dad.
We love mom and dad.
And they're a little wonky.
And they're out of their minds.
Yes.
They're out of their minds. They don't flush the toilet. Okay? Because I have this, something I appreciate. My brother's engaged, and my parents are pains in the fucking asses. They're also an incredible time to hang out with. I like hanging out with them.
Sure.
My brother's fiance, she the other day she was like, let me just start by saying, I love your mom and I love every. I go, you don't have to do that. She's a crazy person.
Yeah.
And I said to her once, I remember saying, they were telling me this story about going to my parents' house. And I go, the big thing, if you can do it, and it took me a lot of my life, you have to separate the loudness with which my family screams from whether they care about that thing or not.
Sure. Because everything's a battle. Just because that's how the point gets argued.
Right.
Right. Doesn't mean that this game is not just in the practice trials or the goddamn or the finals. Right. They argue everything like that.
Everything is a finals level.
Right.
Scream, even though it's preliminary.
Preseason is what I was looking for.
Game, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Like my mom, listen, my mom growing up, anything that surprised her, she would do that. That was her noise.
Right.
That's my mom. That noise is my mom. And you would hear and you go, oh my God, what happened?
Right. I got an earring or I have AIDS. Like same thing.
Right.
Right.
Baby stuck under a car or bug in the house. Same. And yes, that's probably why I have some anxieties today. That's probably why I operate a certain way. But that's just how it is. And this person, this wife, I'm speaking directly to her. She needs to stop doing they're good to us with our daughters or our kids.
Right.
Because we can know both are true. JTrain podcast at gmail.com.
I think that's
JTrain.
what his complaint is too.
I think it is too. I think he's afraid to do it. The fact that he has to come to this podcast to talk about this is crazy.
Crazy.
And I think we helped a marriage.
Yeah. You definitely made it better.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Here with Justin Silver at I am Justin Silver. Go follow. Go. The Himbos podcast out every week. YouTube, Patreon, the whole deal. Luxury Lounge, late wedding gift givers.
Here we go.
Now, I see this title. I am a late wedding gift giver.
I am sometimes.
And it's out of forgetfulness. It's out of what do I get? Here's what I will say before I get in this email. They are not, the wedding people, for whatever reason, their registry is not front and center. That link should just be ready to go. Like, I don't know why I have to search for that link like it's, a treasure hunt. Like I always get to it late, and it's always through a Google of a third page.
We sent it to you when we sent the photos.
Right. I just want that link right away,
right.
Or I have to be better at just putting the check in the cart. I don't know. I'm just saying, this is not a single man's game giving a wedding gift.
Sure.
I will say that. And listen, I am also owning that I'm the problem a little bit. Sure. I guess I'm not owning. I'm saying you should put the link out there more, but. It is a me thing.
I got that.
Jared, my sister and I love the pod and send each other luxury complaints on the daily. We feel like this is worthy of a write-in. My current complaint is in regards to late wedding gift givers. My husband and I got married last February. Several people didn't give gifts as we expected. However, we now have a few people who have mentioned coming up on a year, oh my God, I owe you a gift. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
The year thing has almost played to my laziness. Because I count on that. Every time I forget to give the gift, I go, I got a year.
It's like doing your taxes. You're like,
Right.
you can ask for the extension the week before the 15th.
Right.
Like, you're just like, I just didn't. And it's just because you didn't do it. You're going to do the same shit 2 weeks before that you could do 2 weeks after.
You're just putting off the inevitable. So, however, a few people have mentioned coming up on a year, oh my God, I owe you a gift. One situation in particular is really baffling me. A husband and wife who don't give a gift bump into us at a town event in December. The wife says to me, I still have your gift. You guys have to come over for dinner sometime soon. No,
that's
I'm not
shitty.
coming over
That's
for my
shitty.
gift. I don't need a gift with a plan.
Expectation.
Right. Don't like that.
Right. I bought you, you came to our wedding, which granted, coming to a wedding a lot of times is a pain in the ass.
Right.
But we also spent a lot. You had a nice dinner. You had fun you danced.
Right. Also,
who doesn't have fun at a wedding?
I'd rather not the gift than the dinner party at your house one-on-one. Like, I don't make plans for me that I have to come over. Yeah, I don't like this. We've never been to a dinner at their house before. They are parents of our friends, and we are an and we're an obligatory wedding invite. And I'm thinking to myself, we have to come to dinner. We had a dinner you could have brought the gift to. It was called
our
the wedding, right? Fast forward to our anniversary. No dinner invite has been made. I do the basic bitch anniversary post, and the wife texts my husband saying, "Happy anniversary. Are you guys home?" We had gone away for the night, and so he says, "No, we aren't. Sorry." She says, "Okay, I figured you were away." We come home expecting to find an envelope in the mailbox, but nothing. Am I crazy that I think we shouldn't have to jump through hoops to get a wedding gift for a whole year later? I don't shame people for forgetting to bring the gift to the wedding, but this seems like a lot of work for us to go through, considering they were B-list invites at best. What do you think, Justin Silver?
First of all, even the fact that they were B-list, it's like if they didn't even mention the gift, they would have been like, so what? They didn't give the gift.
Totally agree.
Right? It's the parents of the friends. The friends probably gave the gift. Cool.
Right.
Right? It's also like if you go, oh, we got to give your wedding gift. It's like, number one, if they mean like a package that you have to get, right?
Right.
You could put that in the mail. If it's a check or something like that, just be like, I wouldn't even mention it. I'd be like, I'm sorry to do it this way. What's your Venmo? Or if they're older, like your Zelle, or we'll have whatever their kid's name is. Send that over. But don't say any. Just send it or don't say anything.
The more that's said, the more this becomes a payment that they have to make. Like you don't they're acting as if we owe you rent money at this point, and you go, we don't want this.
Yeah.
And here's what I think. If I'm to go deeper, if they're the parents of the friends, I mean, if I get invited with my parents to a wedding, that gift is coming from mommy and daddy.
Yes.
I ain't giving shit because mommy and daddy, they're going to give a lot more than I would give on my own.
I do the same thing with my own family members. If it's like a cousin's birthday or like a niece or nephew,
right.
Mom's like, I'm sending a gift. I'm like, send it from both of us.
Yeah,
like, what are you
I'm
doing?
on that
like,
card.
Come on.
Oh, no,
She's
no.
like, you're 46. I'm like, wait,
no.
why are we pretending this is not what we're doing?
No.
We know what we're doing here.
I'm on that card. This is part of the pass down.
Right.
This is avoiding taxes in the long run. This is a version of you giving me your money.
I'm getting your inheritance anyway. This is how it starts.
Count this.
These are the drips before the faucet just runs open.
This is exactly the point.
Right.
This is if you get invited. So I think that these parents understand that not only is it that they haven't given a gift, but it's also their kids haven't given a gift, and they are on the hook for how their kids look. So I think the reason these people, because I'm like, I do understand feeling a little awkward from these parents, the B-list people.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think they feel more awkward because they're like, oh my God, this is like 4 people at the party who haven't given a gift.
Wait,
not
did he
just
say?
2.
Did they say that? Did he say the kids didn't give it either?
They didn't say that.
They didn't say. You're deducing.
I'm deducing that this is we are one family gift, and that's the reason that it's being made into such a big thing, because now the parents are saying, "Wow, our kids look," because this is a family friend. Family friend's different than like you might be close with the kids, but also like they're close enough to have the whole crew.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Would though, if they're friends with the kids, I always think would those 2 gifts attach? I don't know. I kind of think if they're friends, you think so?
They are in my world.
In your world,
listen. Think what you want about me, but I've been pretty upfront. My world. That's from both of us.
If your parents are there, it's both of us.
My parents are there.
That's it.
I am not touching my wallet. There is no way.
The funny thing is when it's my mom's birthday and I go, come on, we'll go out to lunch, and then I go pay for it. She's like, can you? Then she's like, stop with the charade.
Right? There's no charade. I don't even sign up for the charade. Please and thank you. That's what I say.
Yeah,
it's over.
You got my time.
Listen, if I was the boyfriend of I would say, what do we want to do here? I would say something, but if my girlfriend was brought with me and my parents were there, she would like, what are we doing for a gift? I would laugh at her.
Right.
In the same way. So that's why I think where this is all coming from, because it's so weird. Come over for dinner to the parents' house. Like, even your friends would go, you went to dinner at my parents' house? Why? I think the parents are acting out because they feel so uncomfortable that they've fucked up for not just them, but also their kids.
They're trying to mommy them. They're trying to be like, no, come over for dinner. It's like, could you imagine? Like, it's going to be the same thing as like sitting for dinner with your parents, but then they ask you all the questions, and you could just be like, Mom, shut up, stop asking me that. Like, I don't want to talk about it. You can't do that with them. That's awful, dude. That's awful.
JTrain podcast.
I'm going to send these people money,
right?
just so that you could just. I'm going to cover this.
Trends and fads come and go, especially when it comes to health and wellness. While trying a wacky juice cleanse or an ice cream diet can be fun, you know deep down that it isn't sustainable. Noom isn't a fad. They use psychology. That is the most important thing to me, because we have to admit that are getting healthy and trying to be in the body that we're most comfortable in is about a mindset. And that's where Noom comes in. It's not about trends. And you want to make lasting changes and reach your weight loss goals. I love this. I love that it is coming at, your weight loss goals from a different angle. This isn't a fad. This is about changing your perspective. Noom guides you through short daily exercises that teach you what kind of an eater you are. This is something I've had to come to terms with. Just how I eat, the way I like to eat. I love a beginning, middle, and end. It takes time and effort to put the thought into how you think, why you have cravings and sustainable ways to lose weight while still feeling satiated. That's a big thing for me too. You can also be matched with a health coach for personalized accountability and motivation. First-time users lose an average of 15 pounds after 16 weeks, and 95% of users say Noom is a great long-term lifestyle. For 95% of people to think that a healthy lifestyle, to agree on anything, is crazy. So stop chasing health trends and build sustainable, healthy habits with Noom's psychology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com/JTrain. That's NOOM.com/JTrain to sign up for your trial today. Check out Noom's first ever book, The Noom Mindset, a deep dive into the psychology of behavior change, available to buy now wherever books are sold. JTrain Podcast at gmail.com, here with Justin Silver at I am Justin Silver. Go follow. Luxury Lounge teachers aren't babysitters. Dearest Jared, Shelby, and guests, hello to you all.
Hi.
What's that? This one's crazy.
This one,
Shelby, this email rose Shelby from his laptop to animate, as animated as I've ever seen Shelby. This one's crazy.
Yeah, he's off the wall right now.
I'm a 3rd and 4th grade teacher in Washington State. A few weeks ago, I received the following text. See most recent message in the screenshot attached. Should we read the text first? Okay. So here's the text to a teacher in Washington State. Oh, after the email. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so I already teach this woman's son plus 25 other students. I do not. Oh, so I think I should read it now. Yeah, it makes some sense. Okay, so this is their 3rd and 4th grade teacher in Washington State. A few weeks ago, I received the following text. So this is from a student's
parent,
mom, or dad, or whatever. A mom and woman's son. I've been meaning to ask you. My niece and nephews are going to be staying with us February 8th through 10th. Would it be an option or okay with you to have them go to school with my kids?
What?
What?
How old are these kids? What grade?
3rd and 4th grade. So they have their niece and nephews, the 8th through the 10th, 8th, 9th, 10th. That's 3 days. Going to school?
You're gonna learn?
What's going on here? So they write, I already teach this woman's son plus 25 other students. I do not have the time and energy to also entertain her nieces and nephews for 3 entire school days. You can see how this mother sees education just by the nature of like what they're asking for.
Yeah, it's something for the kids to do while she's doing something.
Right. It's not
like they're going to miss out on 3 days of learning,
right?
Because the curriculum's different.
To her, 3 days of school is 3 days of babysitting.
Daycare.
Yeah. That's crazy. I ran into the family over the following weekend, and the extra children in question were way younger than my students. What was she expecting me to do with them for 3 days? What's even more annoying is that this woman is a stay-at-home mom. When I told my coworkers about this, they suspected that this mom just wanted to spend time with her visiting sister and brother-in-law without any kids. My principal's response was, LOL, we don't do that. I ended up telling her that we couldn't allow visitors for insurance and liability purposes. This is actually untrue. There's a waiver for visitors sign. But it was a more polite way than saying fuck no and how stupid to even ask. Anyways, thanks for giving me the safe space to complain. Signed, a teaching bitch. This is a great
Wait,
email.
how did she sign it? A teaching what?
A teaching batch because betches. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even think so.
No. That's
Do I not know this word?
Well, Betches is the media company that the other podcast is on. So she's saying I'm a teaching Betch.
Got it. My apologies.
Here's what's so annoying. Here's what's annoying about this. Normal people have to be polite, and the crazies get to be crazy. That's what's so frustrating here. This person took a flyer. Hey, I got these 2 nephews and nieces. Fuck, I don't want to have to take care of them. Let me see if this will work.
Yeah.
And because they were like, let me see if this will work, now the normal people have to go, oh my God, I need a game plan to get out of this crazy ask.
Right.
People do this to you. I have an example of this myself.
Go.
This is actually crazy. It's crazy how relatable this is. And it's an unrelatable thing. Like, I'm not a teacher. I don't have, like,
Sure. And you're not in the polite business. You can say, like, no, fuck off.
Well, I am polite, though.
You are, but I'm saying, like...
No, but here's the thing, like, this story's unrelatable. Like, the idea that there's someone out there who thinks I can just pawn off my niece and nephew onto the teacher because I don't want to deal with them all day is crazy. But the idea of someone just taking a shot and putting politeness in your hands is very relatable.
Yeah.
Because this happened last week. We had Rebel Wilson on the U Up podcast. Rebel Wilson listens to the podcast. She came on. She's saying how surreal it is to be with Jordan and I on the podcast. I'm sitting there being like, it's surreal that it's surreal to you. Like, you're a superstar. You're awesome. She was so great. So we post about it. We put it out there. And, I had someone message me who I've interacted with on social media to a certain extent. And they wrote to me, I need to get the exact text message because so it was a DM. So we've interacted over DM, nicely. It's been, she has a show that she wanted me to do this show. I couldn't do it. Fine. So then I get this message from this person who I've had a nice interaction with over DM before.
Cordial.
Very cordial. They wrote, oh my God, Rebel, was she as cool in person as she seems? So I wrote back, she was fantastic. She was great. I wrote, she was great. Can't wait to listen to it. I heard it. Done.
Great.
Later that day, can I ask a huge favor? Here we go. Rebel is literally my favorite actress. I have a business, and I make and sell. I have a bracelet business, and I make and sell bracelets to raise money for a very good cause.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
But, right? Do you see the social? Here's the thing. This is the thing. And again, I love this podcast because there are things said that are the moral high ground, and then there's how we act as humans. There's what you do.
I have this dangerous glass of fire that I need you to hold for me, please, because my child needs attending to. Can
that
you
okay?
do that? And can you pass it to that person?
Right.
You can't. Yes, I see what's going on.
See what's going on? So can I ask you a huge favor? Rebel is literally my favorite actress. I have a bracelet business. I make and sell bracelets to raise money for a good cause. I won't get into the cause. I've raised a lot so far. She wrote what she was raised. I would love to make bracelets and give them to Rebel. Is there any way that you would be able to help with that? I'm aware that this is a huge ask and totally get if it can't happen, but figured I'd ask. Just wanted to make some. I just started making men's ones too and would obviously make you something to thank you. So now, if you want my bracelets, I'll give them to you if you do me this favor.
Sure.
This is crazy.
It's out of line.
It's out of line. And now they get to toss out their ask.
Right. Now you have to figure out how to negotiate that. Hey, this is inappropriate, but I support you thing.
Right. This is, to me.
That's a 5-minute think.
Right. I have to put energy
5 minutes.
And that's the same thing as this teacher. This teacher shouldn't have to spend their day asking the principal, asking their coworkers, what do you think? Making up a lie about signing insurance waivers to get rid of this crazy person. And I feel very akin to the teacher because I had the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going, first of all, I know Rebel as much as we taped the podcast together, and she was very nice, and we had a nice conversation. And, I can't tell you how, amazing that is to me. Can you imagine I would now be a dick if someone I met through a podcast that was nice enough to be on mine for no money at all.
Sure.
To go, hey, also this random person who I interact with on DM, they have a bracelet business.
Beyond out of line.
And it is so out of line to ask me. It would be out of line of me. It's out of line of this person. So then I wrote, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't feel comfortable. That's what I wrote. And that's as true as it gets. They wrote, I totally get it, and I hearted it. And this is what bothers me. They wrote, but I figured couldn't hurt to ask, right?
No, you didn't need
that. No, it did hurt to ask.
That's shitty.
It hurt to ask. It hurts to ask. We need to stop saying it didn't hurt to. It does hurt to ask. It hurt me. I had to spend 10 minutes. Look at this. Do I say it? What do I say? How do I say it? I don't want to help your fucking cause. Now I'm the evil fucking Grinch who doesn't give money to the cause. What is going on here?
The bow out at the end with the but couldn't hurt to ask, right?
It did hurt.
I know, but just to sort of be like, but I'm off the hook for what we both know I just did.
Right.
Right? That's that. The same thing happened to me, dude. When I had that CBS show, the dog show, right? And this is when I was getting all this media attention. And a friend of mine's brother goes, hey, I'm your old high school childhood friend's brother. He's got this new tool company. Tools. Tool. Like nothing related. He goes, that company could use a little bit of a help. Would you mind promoting this next time you go on air? And I'm like, what?
See, and here's again
your friend. He's help the people, help the smaller people. I'm Jay-Z.
That's the thing. There are ways to hey man, I want to send you some tools.
Yeah.
If you might post about it, if you want to talk about it, that'd be great. But I'm going to send it to you. That is appropriate.
Right.
The line between inappropriate and appropriate is so thin because they say, hey, I'm sending you some tools. Give me your address. I'm from high school. We just want, we love what you're doing. If you want to post about them, that'd be great. If you don't, totally understand. That's a different thing than,
totally.
Hey,
you know what
Tony's going through some tough times.
You know what the way, and this is the teacher thing is like that's deplorable. But in the example of the bracelets would have been that person just sending you some bracelets, everybody on the podcast, and be like, our company does this. We raise this money for this. And by the way, we love Rebel, blah, blah, blah. Here's one for her if you ever see her again. That would have been the way to do it.
You nailed it. It is so, the line is thin, but it's what separates the people who are dealing with this.
Classies.
From the classies. And the classy is taking the extra second.
Yeah.
To go, and it's funny because I'm sure this person is doing this. Doesn't hurt to ask. Anyone who says it doesn't hurt to ask is a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
You've hurt a lot of people. And again, it goes down to this thing, because she has the shield of, you don't want to help this very good cause?
Right.
Now it sounds like I'm talking shit on a cause. No. It's how you operate it.
And by the way, it's also the thing is like, people have their causes.
Right. Well, I got my own. Yeah.
Right? You have your cause. I have like the dog charity. So people are
right.
like, you don't care about this one thing? I go, my energy goes toward this cause. I own a charity.
Right.
I run a charity. I go, yeah, this is where my charitable work goes.
Right.
It's not like I don't care about this one. You got that. I got this.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Let's do... we've gone long already at this point. We got time for one more.
This is fun.
2 more? All right, let's go. We got 2 more. We got time for 2 more.
I'm excited. We're on a roll here, buddy.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Keep sending them in. Okay. Luxury Lounge. I'm grieving. Stop making me do your admin to show support. Dear Shelby, Jared, and guest, feather, and all the salutations. Let me get right into it. Earlier this week, I very unexpectedly lost my golden retriever.
Ooh.
Now, Justin, you are big in the dog world.
Big dog world.
Big dog guy. You had a TV show on CBS, Dogs in the City.
Yeah.
And
charity for dogs. Where
what's the charity? Pump up the charity.
Oh, Funny for Fido. You've done it.
Yes.
Jared's done it but everybody from Amy Schumer, Seinfeld. We bring the biggest comics together in the country together to raise money for that rescue shelters. There we go.
He became suddenly ill, was diagnosed with a tumor on his heart, and had to be put down. This would have devastated me regardless of the circumstances of his passing. However, the sudden nature has left me beyond heartbroken and not myself. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Aside from the obvious complaint of losing a beloved pet, the complaint I write into you about today is my friend's expectation that I will provide her with an administrative support so she can show her support to me at this time. Since my dog's passing, my friend has reached out more than once to ask for my address, which I have given to her at least 3 times before, and a recommendation for local florists. She does not live in my area. First of all, you have my address. Put it in your phone or buy an address book and write it down like an adult. Second, don't you know how to Google? I live in an area where there are plenty of floral shops that you could access in the World Wide Web without having to ask me. Look at some website pics and take a risk. Third, doesn't the constant asking for support kind of take away from the thoughtfulness of the gesture? How about I can just send myself the flowers and put your name on the card? You can Venmo me. Lastly, as much as I love my friend, I do not want to, nor should I be expected to provide any type of administrative support to her, a grown woman at this time. I am just trying to make it through the day dealing with my loss. A simple "how are you doing" text would be enough right now. Thank you for providing the space to complain about this topic, which feels ungrateful because I know she's just trying to be supportive. All the best. What do we think?
I have 2 words for this. Learned helplessness.
Go ahead.
This is like a new thing that people have with like, oh, I'm just not good at tech or I'm not good with money. And they have like learned helplessness. Where it's like, if you took it, learn, like you're like, if I could just ask somebody to just show me how to do something, I don't have to figure it out.
Right. So you're
Learned
saying their skill is getting people to hold their hand through
It may not
stuff.
in this instance it is. It's people who are like, if she had to figure out if this person's pet died and they had to figure out, fuck, I wonder where local florists are so I could tell people. Right? Which is not even something you would do. No. You'd be like, this is where my friend lives, blah, 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 blah. Here's a flower. Like, it's learned helplessness.
You know what she's doing? She's saying, here's what I would be doing. Here's how nice of a person. It's like talk versus action.
Right.
You know, like, it's like, then do it.
Or just send money. Be like, what's your favorite charity?
Right.
What's your favorite dog charity?
It's almost like they want to be praised for the help they gave. Like, they don't trust that the flowers and the thank you for the flowers would even be enough. They have to let you know flowers are coming. Oh, because then you got to say thank you.
That's not even a thing you do with a deceased pet. You don't even send flowers with a deceased pet. You're like, oh, cancer. We gave money to canine cancer research for you, or to the hospital that he went down, or like a paw print thing. You don't even. That's not even like a thing.
Right. I mean, all of this is crazy.
Crazy.
First of all, and to say, with the address ask, first of all, when you text someone your address, it's in the conversation. This person won't even fucking scroll up. Like, you won't scroll up to find the address. That's first. Second, hey, the "I'm sorry" text also includes, hey, I just need your address. I want to send you something.
Yes.
That's the appropriate. Hey, I can't tell you how sorry I am for your loss. I can't imagine what it's like to lose a pet. Never mind with how quick it kind of happened. Please send me your address. Done.
Or you ask another friend, or there's just so
there's
many
other people.
Yeah, she's grieving right now.
Right.
A pet loss is brutal.
Have you lost a pet?
Oh my God, I had to put 4 down in quarantine. Friends' dogs that were older, I put 2, and then I was like fostering dogs, and those dogs were sick, and I had to be put down. I was a wreck.
I'm sure people come to you.
All the time.
Advice and
all
counsel.
the time. A lot of people, like my clients, will call me to help them like do it when they have to put them down. It's like it's brutal. So I know this.
Hey. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast.
I support this woman.
gmail.com. Let's do one more. You ready?
Yes.
Everyone go.
I love this.
Follow Justin Silver at I am Justin Silver. This email is the craziest
one ever? Wow.
We've had some crazy ones this episode. This is crazy. Luxury lounge complaint. Restaurant hygiene. Jared, love the pod. I was eating at the Melting Pot in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this past weekend and had 2 women with no self-awareness seated too close for comfort. I assume this was a mother and a daughter together. Mother around 60, daughter around 25. Daughter comes back from the bathroom with a massive ball of toilet paper stuck to her shoe. A kind woman, nicer than me, went up to her and let her know that she trailed out with half a roll. Daughter proceeds to pick off wet toilet paper with her fingers and fling it to the ground next to her, then immediately eat their app with said fingers. Like, that's
That's training for the apocalypse.
Fast forward to the end of the first course, mother pulls out a flossing stick, assuming used because it was not packaged, and flosses between each tooth at the table. Wipes floss stick on her leg between each floss, then puts flossing stick back into the purse. All while their third guest, the ball of wet toilet paper, was accompanying their dinner with them on the floor next to the table. This is disgusting.
That's gross.
Right, to not even have the thought of how to... I don't care what you do to yourself. It's... You don't care how you look?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got a wet toilet paper and you're flinging it across? I mean, what do you think of this, Justin Silver?
The toilet paper is the least... the toothpick out of the purse, leg wiping back into the purse.
Right.
Now we're talking about the friends of the parents who don't flush the toilet from the beginning of this episode.
Right. Well, I would even
Maybe.
say this is generational. You know what I mean? Like, this woman, Flossie, trained TP to be TP. This is why we have problems in society. It is generational. We need... Right. The parents from earlier that let it mellow... that wife is lucky. She has found a guy to go, this is crazy.
Yeah.
That is your job, to come into a relationship. You look at the parents with the way they act with the kid and you go, you know you do this wrong, right?
Right.
And there is right and wrong.
Yeah, everybody's crazy, so together you may find north.
Right.
Somehow. And we need each other to be like, north is here.
I actually think there should be something lesser than a police officer
in the restaurant.
No. In society, I think the governments should set up referees.
We
need referees around town,
right,
pulling flags on people.
Yeah, like a whistle.
Right. Red flag, yellow flag.
You put the toothpick on the. You don't do that.
Hey. I'm sorry. I'm here from the government. You lose voting privileges. Like, I would take away. I think we need referees walking around at all times.
Jump over the other side of the wall. You're out.
Right.
That's it.
Yellow card, red card.
Yeah.
A referee could go up to them and go, flung the tissue paper, yellow card. Right. And then we're now watching you.
Right.
You've been warned.
And then the flagrant.
Red card. You can't vote the next election.
Yeah.
You're out. We don't trust your ability to rationalize.
Right. You can't be making decisions that,
affect other people.
Our well-being is also affected by.
Right.
I agree with that.
That's what we need. Societal referees. And listen, I'm not saying they should pull cards at just yellow card.
Are you if you're a guy at the table next to something like that, you say something?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. I thank the Lord above that I'm not in their family. I thank the Lord above for how I was brought up, and then I move on and talk about them behind their backs the rest of my life. Yeah, that's the only way. That's the problem, is we are affected by these people and later down the road. The toothpick, I don't give a fuck about this person's teeth, but you might be at the dentist having to wait on them.
I'm saying if it's nauseating, if something's making you you're like, ugh. Well, then I don't have to look.
Well, the flinging the toilet paper is more a problem for society in the restaurant than the toothpick thing.
Yeah.
So that's one where I would be like, you could say something and go, hey, do you mind throwing that away? You just threw it in the ground next to you? That's one I could say something.
Yes.
The toothpick one I couldn't.
You couldn't. That's two. We're right here with this.
Right. If it's in your area.
This is like this.
Throw it away.
This is, that's out into the ether of the restaurant,
right,
which we belong to.
You've done a disservice to the restaurant. Also, you're kind of defending the people who work there. Like, that person working there isn't respond at the melting pot.
At the melting pot.
You're not at the fucking Ritz where someone's, you would assume is their career to be in the service industry.
Right.
Someone at the melting pot is maybe working there to, get by or whatever.
Right.
You're just going to throw toilet crap on the floor. Come on. Justin Silver, thank you for coming on.
Dude, I love this show.
Fantastic.
What a blast.
Great guest. Everyone go follow at I am Justin Silver on Instagram. Also, the Himbos podcast. Every week, get involved. I'm Jared Freid. We're here every Thursday in the lounge. We'll be back next episode. Boom.